Hi everybody, I'm Helen. Most of you know who I am. This is aimed mostly at my clients and those of you that do Pilates with me as well as physio. So I'm going to just get some exercises going. It's only going to be a short exercise session. A lot of you have been sitting an awful lot watching the telly, playing games, working from home if you're very lucky, but everybody gets miserable and down and can't be bothered to do anything. So particularly the old folks amongst us, I'm actually aiming this at my 94-year-old mum as well. Hi mum, haven't been able to see you and I'm unlikely to be able to spend time with you for a very long time. But all of you home workers, all of you miserable, fed up people, let's have a wee bit of a stretch, okay? So we're going to start off by just working on our feet, because when you don't move very much, your circulation slows down and you get a bit miserable. And it's pretty likely that it's a possibility you're going to get blood clots, especially the older, more inactive people. So we're going to start off with the feet. So we're going to sit at the edge of the chair, sit right to the front of your chair and sit up really tall. Those of you that do Pilates will know about the Pilates principles. We're basically lifting the chest, lengthening through the whole spine, imagining somebody's pulling you up through the crown of your head, and that should automatically make your shoulders drop back and get your back nice and long and tall and activate the muscles in your trunk. Straight away you should feel a little bit better, be able to breathe better with the sides of your rib cage here. So we're going to take deep breaths in here and blow out. You should see my ribs moving when I do this. Breathe in and blow out. If you can keep the lungs ventilated right down here, you're going to help to keep your lungs functioning, even if you're unfortunate enough to get this horrible virus, and it's going to be much less likely you're going to get pneumonia. So please take deep breaths regularly, hourly, really, as much as you possibly can, and especially outside in the garden or at an open window. Okay, so we're going to start with the feet. We're just going to loosen them off a little bit. So to start with, I'm going to lift my toes up. I want you to spread your toes up really, really wide, fingers as well. That just helps a little bit of overflow there. And relax and put your feet down. And again, lift and stretch out your toes. And relax and put them down. And again, lift out and stretch. Eyebrow lifting helps. And relax and stretch. Now remember, you're still lifting here. Pilates, you're trying to get your core muscles working too. So what I say to most of my guys in particular, they're very good at this, you just have to basically stop a fart. So you're lifting up inside. Everybody knows how to do that. Lift up inside. You feel your tummy muscles working a little bit here. You increase that grip a little bit more. So you've woken up your feet. Now you're going to lift a foot. It's going to be harder, so you're going to have to use those tummy muscles. Okay, so we're going to lift the foot and we've spread the toes and relaxed. Spread the toes and relax. Keep those tummy muscles working. Spread and relax. Keep the chest lifting. Spread, relax. Now you're going to make a circle with your foot. 2, 3, 4. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to go up and down. Point your toe and lift. Toe down, toe up, toe down, toe up. Another one. Down, up. You should be starting to feel it in your thigh already. And put your foot down. Same on the other side. Going to lift the foot and we're going to spread the toes, relax. Spread the toes. Eyebrow muscles really help with this one. Spread, relax, spread, relax, spread, and circle the ankle round. 1, 2. So this is also aimed at Laura, my daughter, who broke her ankle and today had the plaster taken off her foot, thank goodness. Round, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're going to go up, down, keep those tummies pulling in. Remember, you're still trying to stop a fart. And lift the chest, up, down, down, and put your leg down. Okay, so we're going to keep centered, we're going to keep lifting. We're going to just lift the leg and down, lift the leg and down. Have your arms open wide to the side as well. Make those muscles work a little bit harder. Even if you're 94, like my mum, you should be able to do this. And then we're going to stretch out a leg. Lift, stretch, bend and down. Keep those tummy muscles working. Keep your chest lifting. In and down and lift. Stretch, in and down. One more lift, stretch, in. Now we're going to do arms and legs. Opposite arm and leg stretch and down. Opposite arm and leg stretch. Try not to lean back. We don't lean back and sag. Keeping up tall, stretch, 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 and stretch. Well done, those legs should be a little bit warmed up. You should be a little bit warmed up too, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to start thinking about the spine. You're keeping that lifted chest, that long through the neck. We're going to think about the top joint in your head. So you're going to just nod, let go. Nothing else moves, just the nod and nod. Start to turn your head around. You're going to keep nodding as you turn towards the wall. Nod, nod, come back. You should feel a stretch in your neck here. And nod, and nod, and nod, and nod, and nod, and nod. Feel that stretch in your neck, but you feel stiff and crunching away. Nod, nod, nod. And now we're going to nod and then drop the neck. So chin to chest, feel the back of your neck stretching, and come back up. Lift the chin. Again, drop the chin, neck down. Let the shoulders drop a little bit and come back up. Lift the chin, nod, lift the nod and lift up. Nod, bend the neck, shoulders forwards a little bit. So you're stretching that upper back and coming up. Lift the head and look up. And now you're going to start going a bit further. Chin to chest, shoulders forward. You're stretching the upper back and drop down. So you're rounding your back and curl. Lift the chest, lift the head, look up at the ceiling. Now we're going to go right down. So drop stage by stage, chin to chest, shoulders forwards, round your back. Now start to drop your arms down. You're taking your hands down towards the floor. And then keep the centre working to protect your spine. Curling. Now we're going to lift the hands, fingers together and stretch it up to the ceiling. Don't sag back into your chair. Relax down, drop the head, roll down. All the way down to the floor. And then uncurl. Pull the tummy in as you come up. Draw it in gently. Lift. Fingers together, stretch up and back a little bit. So if you've been sitting at your desk doing some work and you've got problems with your neck, problems with your upper back, you're generally pretty stiff, this will be a nice one to loosen you up and stretch up and back. Okay, stretch your arms up to the ceiling. We're going to reach up with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now really reach up. Good stretch all down this side. Don't rush it. We're not doing personal training. We're controlling our movements. We're stretching and lengthening the muscles. Stretch, stretch. Now let this one go down and come up to the top and let this one go down. So you're reaching one down, one up and coming up to the top. So this is a little bit of a side bend. One going up, one going down and come up. Look up at the ceiling when you do this. Reach down and come back up and reach down. Look up at the ceiling and come back up. One more like that. Reach down and look down. And then this time reaching up, look up and look up. And reach both arms up as tall as you can. Okay, so you're going to put your hands behind your head and you're just going to go from side to side. Bend, blow as you come up. You're still using those trunk muscles. The slower you do it, the more effective it is. You're tipping to the side. Keep pulling your tummy in, blow as you come up. Tip to the side. Grip your tummy, blow as you come up. So you're using those tummy muscles. In fact, you're using your oblique muscles. You've got 4 layers of abdominals. You're presently using levels 1, 2, and 3. We're not using our 6-pack really. Well, fractionally. But the main ones you're using are your 2 layers of oblique muscles, which are your internal corset, basically, over. Okay, now do the same with the fingers above your head, tipping to the side. You should start to feel this in your waist muscles, over. If your back's feeling a bit dodgy, just go a little way. You don't have to go very far. This is not a competition with anybody. Nobody else can see what you're doing. You just want to feel those muscles working around your waist, and you want to feel that you're stretching out. Okay, we're going to the side now. We're going to stretch a little bit more. So if your back's feeling fine, you can do a little bit more of a stretch. Okay, so this is fine even for people with back issues. Doesn't matter how old you are. If you've got osteoporosis, you're moving constantly. It's control through movement. Grip your tummy and blow. As the muscles work, they pull on your bones, they pull on your joints, they create that internal scaffolding to keep you supported and strong. Okay, tip to the side. Now, if you want to, stretch 1, stretch 2, and then come back up. Hands behind your head, or above your head. Stretch 1, stretch 2, and come up. Bend your hands, tip, stretch 1, stretch 2, and come up. If you don't want to come up with straight arms, you can just bend them again. Stretch 1, stretch 2, and come up. So if you don't want to do this, you can stretch 1, stretch 2, bend them again before you come up. Over to the side, stretch 1, stretch 2, fingers together, and then come up, okay? Stretch 1, stretch 2. If your corset muscles are pretty weak, then you're going to find this quite tough. Stretch 1, stretch 2, fingers together, and come up. You do whatever level you fancy at the time. Okay, so we're going to stretch up and relax the arms down. Okay, rearrange yourself. Okay, so we're going to do like a cat stretch. So this is something we do in all sorts of positions, but you can do it in sitting as well to get everything moving. So I'm just going to put my hands on my legs. Okay, I'm going to round my back and take some weight onto my hands, leaning forwards. Now I'm going to push into my hands, lift my head, lift my chest, and I'm arching my back into a big arch. Then I'm going to drop my head down, pull my tummy in and round my back, and do that again. You're going forwards, take some weight onto your hands, arch your back, stick your bottom out, and look straight ahead. So you're really stretching out that achy, stiff back, round your back and come in, and come forwards, arch your back, stick your bottom out, and look up. And round your back, tuck your tail under, and then reach your arms up, fingers together, and stretch up and back. Well done. Now bring your fingers in front of you. We're going to do a bit of spinal rotation here. Okay, so fingertips together, shoulders down, elbows down. You're going to keep really tall still and twist to the side. Take your head with you. You're looking at your fingertips. So your pelvis is still, you're just twisting your top half. Blow, twist, and come back round, blow and twist. So you're looking at your fingers are in line with your chin. You get a really good twist at the waist. My knees are still, my pelvis isn't moving, my legs are nice and relaxed. Blow and twist. I'm going to stretch my arm back behind, fingers together, and come all the way around, twist, reach back behind. I'm a bit limited, I'm a bit too close to the door, but I'm sure you can get a bit further back. And reach, fingers in, and twist, twist, and reach, fingers in, and come back, and twist, and reach, and in, and come round, and twist, and reach, and in, and come round again. Put your fingers against your head. You're going to feel like you're sticking your bottom out and having a really flat back. We're going to hinge forwards at the hips, so look straight ahead of you and come back up. This should be quite hard work. I'll turn to the side. So you've got a straight back and you're tipping forwards and you're coming back. So your chest is lifted, your elbows are back. You've got lots of work going on in that back. Don't let your back bend. Okay, so up tall, hinge from the hips. And come back up. This is making all your deep back muscles work. And come back. So we're going to continue doing that. Tip forwards. And this time stretch forwards with one arm. Bring your hand in. Stretch forwards with the second arm. Bring your hand in. And come up. So those back muscles having to work a bit harder. And shuffle forwards a bit. Right, tip. And reach. And in. And reach. And in. And come back up. Again, tip, straight back, lift the chest, reach and in, and reach and in, and come back up again, good. And tip, and reach and in, and reach and in, and come up. Now if you want to, you can do both hands. So tip, keep your back strong, reach forwards, fingers in, and come back up. This should be quite tough, you know, tip and reach, especially around the shoulders and the upper back. And if you're a desk worker, you'll probably find this really quite tough. Stretch, You really should be looking down at the floor. I'm trying to look forward so you can see what I'm doing. So looking down at the floor in front of your feet, so your chin is in. And come back up. And again, tip, stretch, blow. Come back in and come up. One more, tip, stretch and blow. Come in and come back up again. Well done. So we're going to get our tummy muscles working a bit more now. So again, sit really tall at the edge of your seat. Have your arms out so you have to work a bit more. So you're just going to lift, stretch the leg in and down. Lift, stretch the leg in and down. We did this before. So lift, stretch, in and down. Now we're going to add this into a movement we call rollback. Okay. So with the rollback, you grip your tummy, you tuck your tail under and you lean backwards in your seat, but you don't stay there. You're coming straight back up again. And I like to reach up so you get a really good stretch through your spine. Round your back, pull your tummy in, lean back and blow. You should feel this in your tummy even if you don't lean back very far. Up nice and tall. We normally do this on the floor, but as long as you've got some work going on in your tummy, that's fine. Lean back, blow, and come back up. So on the side it looks like this. Grip your tummy and lean back. You can turn sideways on your chair if you want to get a bit more movement. Pull your tummy in, lean back and blow. So you're pulling in like crazy here. If you don't pull in here, your tummy's going to stick out. You're going to give yourself a hernia. Don't want that to happen. Forwards, up nice and tall. And again, grip your tummy, pull your tummy in, blow as you go back. So you've got a nice rounded back. And then you're coming forwards and sit up really tall. Okay, so I'm going to add that leg stretch into that movement. So I'm coming back to the front so you can see what I'm doing. So start here. So we're going to stay at the edge of the seat, ground your back, lean back and blow. In this position, lift a leg and put it down, and lift a leg and put it down and come forwards. Up tall, lean back and blow, grip your tummy, hold and stretch and down and stretch and down, come forwards, reach up tall. And lean back, blow, pull the tummy in, don't forget that, and stretch and down, and stretch and down, forwards and up, and lean back. This is what it looks like from the side, back to here. We're stretching one and down. Obviously, if you turn sideways, you can move more, and you'll get your tummy working a bit more. Up tall, lean back and blow. If you want to, you can stretch opposite arm and leg as well. Lift and back, and lift and back and forwards and up. Depends on how hard you want to work. Lean back and blow and stretch and back and stretch and back, forwards, up tall. If you feel really brave, you can lean back here. You're pretty need to hold on to your chair so you don't fall over. Lift one leg and then lift the second leg. Put one leg down, put the second leg down, come forwards and up. I've got a very slippery chair here. Lean back and blow. And stretch one leg, then lift the other leg too, and then put one down, other one down, and sit up tall. It's not for the faint-hearted, that one, so don't do it in a hurry. Make sure you've got something to hold on to if you've got a slippery chair like me. And 2, 1, down, forward, and sit up tall. Well done. And come back to the front. Okay, so we're going to do another wee stretch to finish you off, because I'm sure you're getting a bit fed up by now. We're going to do just a bit of extension in the trunk. So put your hands in the small of your back, lift your chest, shoulders back, elbows back, and look up. So you get a really nice stretch in your back. Okay, this is what it looks like from the side. Arching and relax. Again, lift the chest, shoulders back, blow. And relax, one more like that. Lift your chest, shoulders back, lift up. This is particularly important for people that are sitting at a desk a lot, or older people, okay, over the age of about 55. Ladies start to get osteoporotic. And relax. Okay, we're going to do thread the needle now. So thread the needle is a bit of a twist that we normally do when we're in standing or on all fours. So we can do it here. Take one hand, take it to the opposite leg, stretch through, so you're twisting and come back up. Other side, back of your hand on the leg and twist. Lift the other shoulder and come back around. Couple more, back of your hand on the leg. Stretch, straight arm, twist. So the other shoulder's coming back as you do this. So my left arm's going forwards, my right shoulder's coming back. And if you want to, you can add in an arm movement with the other arm. So stretch through and lift this one up. Try and look at the ceiling if you can. And other side, back of your hand, stretch through, lift the other arm up. This is quite a strong stretch, okay? Got an itch. Stretch and lift. One more, stretch and lift. And come back up, well done. So we're going to do a hamstring stretch now. Put one leg forwards, toes are up, knees straight, hands on your hips, and we're doing that hip hinge. So straight back and lean forwards. Okay, you're not trying to touch your toes, but if you can, perfect. If you've got a bit of a belt or a towel or a TheraBand, you can pull your foot up with that. So you get a really nice stretch through the back of that leg. Every stretch needs to be held for about 30 seconds or so. Coming back up, same on the other one. Ankle bend and tip forwards and hold it. Knees dead straight, brace the thigh, pull the toes up and push the heel away from you. So you're stretching that leg. And come back up. And I've got an awful lot of clients at the moment with glute issues or lower back issues. So if you can stretch your glutes, this will help. So you've got your foot on top of your knee, both hands on your shin, sit up really, really tall like you did before, and hinge forwards. So you should be getting a stretch all around that hip. So pull on that shin. It doesn't matter how far forward you come, an inch is plenty. Same on the other side. Grab your shin, sit up tall. Forwards an inch is plenty. You don't have to go right the way down. Don't let your back bend. So if I do it this way, my back is straight as I come forward, so I'm not bending. Up tall and shift forwards, really important. Okay, so hopefully you've done both sides. And now we're just going to do a simple twist, twisting around, sit up really tall and twist. Breathe here, stretch out that whole spine, look behind, come back round, hand on the other leg, hand behind you, sit up tall and twist. And come back round. You can do the same with your leg crossed. Sit up tall and twist. And change to the other side. A little bit more of a twist. And that's us. That's about 20 minutes or so. It's not too painful. When you start going, it makes you want to keep going. Best of luck. Keep fit and healthy. Speak to you again soon.